I know, now I'm like rubbing them like, damn. Was it yeah, my family wanted to come. I told them that. My mom was like, oh, we don't have it. That's what I told them, because I was like, well, did you think you were neighbor? And then they were like, okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, come on. I thought we'd be happy, right? We haven't got to do this in a couple of years. Like I said, this is exciting. This is the first time we've been able to have a full crowd and enjoy and celebrate your hard work. Welcome to the 2022 Nursing Pinning Ceremony at Coastal Bend College. Before we get really going and get deep into this, I would like to remind everyone that there are 3 exits in the unlikely event of an emergency. One here. I feel like I have a second calling one day. Please, I would like everyone to take a moment and silence your phone if you haven't already, but we encourage you to take pictures. And additionally, we would like to let you know that this is being live streamed at coastalbend.edu/live. It is an immense honor to have you all here with us today. We come together to celebrate the accomplishments of the Spring 2022 class. This year, we have CBC graduates has 105 nursing students. I want you all to remember that this is a class that has persevered the global pandemic that we haven't seen in 100 years. It was a trying time, but they did it. Let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations. Paraphrase the Dalai Lama, despite difficulties, always keep optimism. You can overcome these difficulties. That mental attitude itself will bring inner strength and self-confidence. Keep these words in mind as you move forward and you face challenges. Always work hard. Do what you love and love what you do. You are our next generation of medical professionals. You're here because you're ready for that next step. At this time, I would like to take just a moment to introduce the people who have joined me on the stage for today's commencement. If you would, just hold your applause to the end. From my left to right, we have the Faculty Association Chair, Mr. Trey Fix, Professor Trey Fix. Mr. Trustee, Mr. Jerry Sanchez. Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Elon Rodriguez. Secretary of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Carol Losey. Trustee, Ms. Velma Elizalde. Board Chair, Victor Gomez. Our speaker, Ms. Mary Hyman. To my right, the Provost, Dr. Patricia Rehak. The Dean of Allied Health and Nursing, Ms. Luana Hernandez. Our Dean of Student Services, Dr. Kayla Jones. Our Dean of Transfer and General Education, Mark Secor. And our Dean of Career and Technical Education, Dean Jared Blytry. I should use the script, I almost forgot the names. If you would now, please rise with me. Gentlemen, take off your covers. We're going to ask Mr. Amador Ramirez to come to the podium, lead us in invocation. Please remain standing for the national anthem, and then Dr. Jones will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Ramirez.
Would you join me for the invocation? Gracious Heavenly Father, we come to you this day, this beautiful day, where the nursing students will become graduates, Father, this 2022. We pray that they hide this moment in their heart, that they treasure it for the rest of their lives, that they remember their faculty, that they remember their classmates. And I pray, Lord, that they take this next few minutes, hour, 2 hours, and just use the words and to go to the future and use them wisely as they care for our future patients. Thank you for what they mean to Coastal Bend College. And they truly, truly let them believe and understand that their success started and happens here. Go with us throughout this ceremony, Father, and we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
You may be seated. At this time, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker, Ms. Mary Hyman. Mary Ann Hyman is in her 46th year of nursing in South Texas area. She has worked in telemetry, ICU, the emergency department, management engineering, day surgery, and quality performance risk management. She has held positions as staff nurse, compliance analyst, charge nurse, director of emergency department, director of patient care services, director of nursing and staffing analyst in management and engineering department. She was hired to be on the entry team for the startup of 3 Corpus Christi hospitals. Ms. Hyman earned her associate's degree in registered nurse education from Del Mar College in 1975, where she has also earned a Recognition of Achievement Award. She also graduated Corpus Christi State University in 1988 with a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing. She was inducted into Sigma Theta Chi International Honor Society of Nursing in 1988. Ms. Hyman went on to Texas A&M Corpus Christi, where she graduated with a Master's of Science in Nursing. Ms. Heineman has also earned 2 Excellent in Nursing Awards from Sigma Theta Chi and Daisy Award from Christus Spahn Shoreline Hospital. Graduates and guests, Ms. Mary Heineman.
Hello. This is an awesome experience to be asked to come and talk to you. A little overwhelming when these people, but I came to talk to you. Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. Sorry. I came to talk to you about some of the experiences that I've had and what will help you in your new endeavors. Like he said, I'll be 47 years this year in nursing in September. I'm still working, part-time, but still there. I want to congratulate every single one of you and your faculty and all the families, everybody that's supported you to get through this, because we know what it's like. I've been through it 3 times. It's an exciting time for you, and it's going to be a big adjustment. Every day, once you graduate and you're away from the school, you're going to be like, I need to be doing something. There's something I need to be doing. Where's my books? Where's this? Where's that? And you're finally going to take a deep breath and calm down and know that you have a job now, and most of you are going to work 3 days a week. You're going to have liberty to be with your family, make your kids' games, do a lot of the things that you've put on hold for so long. So go out and enjoy it. You're going to be in school still within your new job to learn. And that's where your focus is. You need to look up stuff on your days off, do that. But for the matter, just take a deep breath and know that you're going to begin your life and you have control over it and you get to choose and make, your choices of what's best for you, your family, whatever. I was asked to speak at my BSN pinning ceremony. And I wanted to say something scholarly to make an impression. Stayed up till 2 o'clock, didn't get anywhere. So I went to bed, but the next day I came and I spoke from the heart. Y'all have gone through tremendous pressures. You've become each other's stand-up person to help you through that. In our class, we had 4 divorces, 2 diagnosed with cancer, 1 person lost a child. All of those were traumatic issues. But the students would call and say, I can't do this anymore, or I can't deal with this anymore. But the whole group came together and helped them through those things. I remember we did homework and notes for the lady that lost her child and kept her back in so she could come back in, not behind, but right on time, and graduate. And she did. Those types of issues you probably don't realize, but it's the best teamwork, lessons in teamwork that you will ever experience. You've already done it. We tell you to go and be part of the team in your new job, and you've already accomplished that. You bonded, you improvised, you collaborated, you built teams, you became a teacher, you showed empathy, compassion, and strength that you didn't know you had. It's not any different when you finally get your first job, but you've already done it, so be proud of that. And one thing is that no one knows everything, so don't let them act like they do, because they don't. Even today, I ask questions and learn something new every day. And I'm not just talking about the technology that, from when I started school. But knowing where to find the answer is what is the key. So always ask questions, always be interested, always know where to go. If you don't know it, say, I don't know it, but I'm going to find out for you. Just believe in yourself. And don't be too serious not to have fun, okay? I remember some of the things that we did, working nights. One time I brought the waffle maker to work, and it leaked out through the hospital. We cooked all of the waffle making materials because everybody came. And later years, somebody would come up to work with me and go, you're the waffle lady, aren't you? So I had some of the things that happened to me in school, two of them that just kind of stick out. I had a partner in a research program, project that we had. He was from Canada. He was also young and good looking, and I was older. He was a big burly biker who had had this huge bike parked in my front yard. My older son, who did not live with me, came over to loud laughter coming from the bedroom. That's where the computer was. He slowly walked down the hall, and I won't ever forget his face. Mom, are you okay? You know. So that's just things that happen to you when you're going through. We had a patient back in the day, we just started giving IV fluids and IV antibiotics. We used to give injections in the hips every 6 hours. So we had a student, a patient that his was due to be given at midnight. I had another nurse with me. We went in there, woke him up, sir, Mr. Such and Such. I'm here, I'm going to give you your injection. He said, okay, fine, go ahead. Well, I popped that needle and he climbed out of that bed, and I was as shocked as like, yes, he was. So there's going to be a lot of things that happen. Just take it in stride and just remember the good ones. You don't have to worry about the bad ones. I've had pictures of other nurses, you know, posing with bedpans on their head and among other things, just having a good time. Have you ever had a wheelchair race? I'm not condoning that. I'm just saying that, you know, you have to let the steam off some. And you'll meet crazy people, crazier than you. But just have a good time. We also, one of the other things that I work in rehab now and have been there for 10 years. And what you can do and help these patients from when they come in till they go home. You may have a shorter time period with them than you do in rehab. But it's amazing what can be done. We had a patient, Mrs. Down on Lowry, and she had flesh-eating disease, lost both parts of her bottom legs and her arms. And so she had to regain all that. And she went through rehab after rehab. She came to us several times, but when she finally walked out on all of her prosthesis by herself, was an amazing day. And every person there contributed to that, whether it was hands-on, or whether it was therapy, or whether it was nursing. In our hospital, when someone leaves, we have the wall of accomplishment, not the wall of shame or anything like that. We all stand in the hallway. They come and have to walk down the long hallway as we clap their accomplishment for what they've done. And the patient loves it, but they stop and they hug the nurse that meant the most. They stop and they hug the therapist that meant the most. They stop the housekeeper. And they stop at the kitchen lady. Those are the four main people. They're going to get others, but those are the four main people that they do that with. And so everyone is part of a team, and everyone is important. I want to share with you a few facts that's going to help you along the way. That if you have jobs already, you kind of know some of this, but those that don't have jobs, these are just things to remember and implement into your way that you approach in your job. You get pressures on deadlines, you're learning the meds, what they do, and finally getting to the patient, which is what you're trained to do, scared, excited, all at once. But you can do this. You just need to pay attention and listen to your patients. If they have something about dietary or something respiratory, whatever, go find those people and get that reported to them so they're the ones that can make the decisions to do whatever the patient needs. Introduce yourself to everyone you meet. When you walk down the hallways, keep your head up, smile, say good morning. I don't care who they are, you don't know them, whatever. They're going to notice that. And people are watching you. Not that they're going to detective type watch you, but they're going to notice you. They're going to notice that you've got a smile on your face, you're ready to greet the day, you're ready to greet everybody. And that will be noticed. One of the most important people on your team are going to be your nurses' aides. They are not in education, you're equal, but they are the other part of your team that's going to deliver the care and get it done for every patient that you treat and take care of. The first unit that I worked on, we taught our CNAs to get a crash cart. I work nights, and maybe there was 2 RNs, 30 patients, an LVN, and aides. They knew how to open a crash cart. They knew where that IV bottle was at. They knew how to plug it in and get it primed. They knew it was a patient crashing. They would go to that Foley and get that urine specimen. I didn't have to ask them to do those things. Those are things within their realm, and they could do that. And they weren't hesitant to do it because they were told to do it. Help me, And so they're really going to be a very mainstay with you and as you work as a team together. I've had a lot of different nurses making rounds. One day you walk into the room, and one was an RN when I went from nights to days. And the patient obviously needed some hygiene care. And she said, oh, just come on, the aides will come get this. And I'm like, no. We're here right now. She's out doing something else. Let's just do it and get it done. And so nothing is above you. You need to work as a team. Like I said, no matter who they are. I've had respiratory people come in and help me. It's not their job to do patient care, but they have me roll those patients over and do what we need to do. Introduce yourself to the doctors. Find out what kind of medicine they're doing so you know who they are. If they're a neurologist or a kidney doctor or a heart doctor or whatever, so you kind of get around that. Another thing is how to get there mentally. Okay? Don't be scared. Like I said, you're going to be mentored. A lot of you are going to go into a kind of an academy thing for several weeks to learn. Get that. Just take everything you can out of it. Don't try to, like, oh my God, I can't remember this. But when you get to apply it, that's when your mind opens up and you think, oh yeah, I remember that. I can do that. So just keep your mind open. I had a professor at Texas A&M. She was in finance for a long time, and so this was way before all of y'all were born. The financing banks and all had a big scandal and whatever, so she went back and got a doctorate in nursing, and she was different. Dr. Claudia Johnston. What she would tell us, we were graduate students, and she would look at us, she says, I want you to do not laugh. She says, get up, go in the morning, go into the bathroom and turn on the light and look in the mirror and just tell yourself, I can do this. I can do this. And we all giggled like, yeah, right, But she goes, no, it's I can do this, I can do this. And then it's, I can do this. And it becomes, part of a mantra of you is that I can do this. I might need help along the way, but I can do it. I have to tell you about another person, a new nurse I had a high school student that followed me one day, and usually they come for about 2 hours. So I obviously tried to teach her everything and anything that I knew in 2 hours, which it was, and she just was eating it up. So she didn't go away, so finally I said, well, how long are you going to be here today? She goes, oh, with her private garage, she says, all day. So I was like, okay, I need to regroup and let's do some other things. Several years later, she comes onto the unit with some nursing students, and she said, that's the nurse that brought me back and made me go to school. So you never know what kind of an impact you're going to make on people. You're unaware of it, but it happens. So, face forward, smile, learn, listen. Listen, Linda. So it's kind of like, oh, did I say that? No. Okay, another person that I had that came on our unit, and she was a BSN, and we were all Del Mar nurses. We didn't have too many people that were BSNs back in that day. And she walks up to me, and she rather sternly looks at me and said, you are my preceptor. You're supposed to be my preceptor. And I was like, okay, nobody told me, but that was okay. She had an accent, and one from Texas, I could tell that right away. So we started the day. She asked question after question after question. She was different. Everything was by the book. I finally realized that she wasn't challenging me. She was learning. She challenged herself every day. And that nurse is none other than Miss Carol Saunders. We've been friends for over 40 years. And I tell you, you can imagine the way she challenged me. Well, maybe you can't imagine, right? I know y'all have a big test to prepare for, get ready for it. You already have the knowledge for it. Stay calm, focus, take some deep breaths, and just go in there and do the best you can. Not all of you are going to end up where you think you want to be. I didn't. I wanted labor and delivery. I wound up on a telemetry unit. But you need to know that most units will make you stay in one place for 6 months before they'll let you transfer to another unit. So just think, I'll just take this job and then I'll keep applying. It's going to take 6 months, but that 6 months make the most of it. Get your basics down. And then when you go over there, you look much better on paper to the people that, you're looking for an opening in that unit. It helped them being on a different unit. It still helped build a foundation for me that gave me opportunities down the line. Every job that I ever had did that. And this is just the beginning for y'all. You're going to have good jobs, good salaries, and choices. And the way the world is expanding with travel nursing and just all the different departments that we have now. When I started at Spawn Shoreline, we didn't have a cardiologist in town. That tells you the whole thing. But we had 3 doctors that took that place. So eventually we got cardiologists, and then we had a cardiology unit. So things progress. There's always changes. And every time you come to work, you're going to say, we're not coming to work now at 7, we're going to come to work at 6. So you just have to flow with it, adjust to it. I want to tell every single one of you, do not forget further education. Right now, don't think about it. Okay, give yourself some time. At 19, I was hired to work in the financial aid department at Delmar College. And then I went to the business office. And I worked every registration that they had and saved my money. I had, by the time I left there to have my second child and I had a third child, by then I was 25, okay? But I worked every registration, and then I started school at 25, and did my basics with a 6-month-old, an 18-month-old, and a 4-year-old. So don't ask me how I did that because I don't know. I saved that money and paid for my first semester of nursing school, okay? Then I got a job at Spawn Shoreline. Most all institutions have tuition reimbursement. They pay for my bachelor's degree. They pay for my master's degree. So just keep that in mind, as I can't do that, can't afford it, whatever you can. There, look for the opportunities, find them, and use them. I don't care how old you are. My last degree, I was 50. Okay, I want to talk about interviews. When you interview, keep your options open. Be interactive. Find out who's interviewing. Write their name down so you know who to talk to. If you have questions, write those down before you go. Don't be the new grad that wants every weekend off, because there's 3,000 other nurses here that want the same thing. They've been there a lot longer. Just listen to what's being offered and what fits what you need. This is the time that you ask for certain things, like in other words, I'll work every other weekend or whatever it is, but I need every Wednesday off. Is that possible? If that's something that's really important to you. And they'll agree to it. They'll ask you what your, where you are in 5 years, where you're going to be in 5 years. So think about answering that. That when you throw that at you, you're like, I don't know, I'm just barely focusing on this right now. And they're going to ask you what your strengths or weaknesses are. Well, I can tell you my strengths, but when they asked me that, I was like, and I didn't want to feel like I was saying, well, I don't have any weaknesses, but I couldn't think of one. So I just told them I'd work on it. So, when you get on the floor, be outgoing, be interested, Don't be evasive. When people ask you things, just be honest. Speak to everyone, like I said before, in the hallways. Make an impact. Is there a Haley Batiste here? There she is right there. I don't know her, but I know a nurse that does know her. And she's made an impact. And I'm sure a lot of y'all, they think she's great, she does what she's doing, and they hope they can keep her. So any of you that have jobs, I'm sure you're in the same situations. I just don't happen to know that nurse that's your boss or you work with. So they are looking, they are watching what you're doing and your attitude, and how you get along with staff, how you get along with patients. Don't put all your opportunities in one basket. In other words, like someone might go and say, I'm going to work at Driscoll. Well, they're very tough to get into, and they take student takes that they've already hired, those with high GPAs, etc. I don't know everything that they do, but if you're dead set on Driscoll, don't wait just for Driscoll because you might not get it. Go to job fairs. Go look on the other sites and see what jobs are available. Get some interviews and just go see what it's about. You might be surprised. When you get on somewhere that you didn't expect to be, in 6 months, you're part of that team already. And you feel loyalty to them, and they are your coworkers, and it may be somewhere you want to stay. You know, the possibilities are endless. Just get your basic skills, and just remember about, it takes 6 months to transfer if you're dead set on getting back to where you really want to be. You will be given a benefit manual from HR. Take that manual, read it. It'll tell you all the rules, and keep it. Don't put it somewhere because a year and a half down the line, you may have a point to make. And it's in that manual that will help you make the point if you're having difficulty in some issue, okay? So what makes a good nurse apart from her clinical talents? I've hired hundreds of nurses. And most everybody comes to work with the intent to do a great job, doing their best, getting it all done. Be part of the team. Their will to succeed is there. I can do attitude is there. They're flexible, they're dependable. Not a lot of drama. Always ask questions if you're not sure about something. If you have to give a med that's not known to you, read up on it or just call the pharmacist. I did part-time work at Doctors Regional. I worked at Spokane. They didn't have a pharmacist at night. So I would just call up the pharmacy at night and say, hey, this is Mary Ann, I have a question. He didn't know I was over there. So, but he always gave me good things. Doctors will write a different route for something, and I'm thinking, I've never given it that way before. Let me look that up. And sure enough, I was right to do that. Because they make mistakes too. Just get along with your coworkers. Kill the difficult nurses with kindness. I had a nurse just 2 days ago telling someone that when she first came, because she wears the eyebrows, the eyelashes, and she's got her cute little clogs, and she always looks presentable. But 2 of the nurses, she says, were not very kind to me. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to kill them with the kindness, and as soon as I call up, I go up and say, you have anything that I can do to help you get done? You need a pain med kit, I'll go get it, whatever. And their view of her changed. So don't cringe or avoid those people, just kill them with kindness. If your manager shows up, that was one of my best keys. So my managers hired a lot of people. Mostly I did sit in and meet people, but one I did not. But when you get to the unit and that person does this and walks away from you, my headlight's on you. I want to know why you're doing that. You know, meet your managers and those people and let them know who you are, look them in the face, answer their questions. You know, I walk on the unit, everybody's looking like this, and I go, good morning, everybody. And they all go, good morning, but they're so intent on what they're doing. But just do that. And this is one that I really want you to think about. Protect your license. at all costs. I've never had to be in a situation that I've had to defend my license. But I've been on the boards of the organization gets meetings together, and that person has to come and present what this is what was said, this is what happened, whatever. It's not a good place to be. So protect your license. You're going to have work 3 days, be off 4 days. Go and have fun. Do the things you haven't been able to do. But don't go drinking the night before you go to work. Okay? Don't stay up till midnight the night before you go to work. If you're going to go party or whatever, just be safe. Have a safe driver. Just things that won't get you in trouble, that affects your nursing license. So always keep that in mind, that you're going to do the things that are going to be the proper thing to do, and always say, I need to protect my nursing license, because I've seen it go away on certain individuals that have shined in class and in school, and then within a year, 2 years, they don't have a nursing license anymore, and that is a horrible thing to go through. So just remember that. Another thing you have to be very careful about in this age is your social media. You cannot take selfies with patients. You cannot take pictures with them in the background. You cannot tell your mother that your next door neighbor is on your unit. It's called patient confidentiality, and it's in your Nurse Practice Act. So be very careful with that. Please don't post inappropriate stuff on Facebook, especially if it concerns work, and especially if it concerns another nurse that you're working with. Not a good thing. Use your cell phone for what it's meant for at work. Look up stuff, look up medications, what's the right protocol for this or whatever. And of course, we have all that on the computers at the station. Another thing is that get your CEUs that you're going to have when you renew your new license. Don't wait till the last minute. A lot of people have had to drive to Austin to get their license, or they come to work, a new grad, work with us for a year, and I said, did you renew? I have to renew my license? Yes. So it was 7 or 8 days later before he was able to work again, because you have to be aware of these rules. And when you need to get your CEUs done, don't wait till the last minute. Get those done too. So be proud of who you are and what you are. Wear your name badge above the waist, not down here hanging where I can't see it. And it says, and walk in when you see your patient, say, hi, my name's Julie, I'm your RN for the day, and this is what I want to start with. I'm going to do your assessment, then I'm going to go get your medications, and then say, is there anything else I can do for you before I leave the room? And put your name on the board, Julie, RN, whatever, so they kind of know who to ask for. And then I'm going to talk about teaching a little bit. Y'all have already taught because you've taught each other, but there's already going to be somebody in the room that knows a whole lot more than you do. But don't let that bother you. And there's going to be those people that are very arrogant in their knowledge, which only serves themselves. Those that are confident in their knowledge, they serve everyone, the staff, and ultimately the patients and the families. So if someone's having a hard time and you kind of know about that, or it's already been explained to you, share your knowledge and do it in a teaching mode. I had a manager when I went to a different hospital, and she would gather everybody at the nurse's station, and she'd say, okay, I'm going to teach y'all something. All right, we have this and this and this. Julie, what's the answer? Well, that's putting somebody on the spot. You don't do that. Say, here's a situation that we have. We're going to do this, this, and this, and here are the possibilities, but the true thing would be we're going to do this first, and then do this second. So be confident in your teaching when you're teaching other people. And there's another rule I tell everybody that I've ever hired. Not everybody, but I might not have told you or not, I'm not sure. She used to work for me at one point. Is confrontation. I tell everybody that, tempers fly, whatever, but if someone is the aggressor toward you, You remain calm. You don't go back in an aggressor stance or mode. Because once it's all said and done, I only have one person to talk to, and that's the aggressor. But if you react in kind, then I have two people to talk to. And it could be a write-up in your file. So don't do it. Step back, tell the person, when you've calmed down, I'll talk to you about it. If it continues, it gets one to go straight to your charge nurse, it'll go up the line, and it will be taken care of right then and there. Okay? So don't talk back, in other words, when someone's in that mode. Know your chain of command. You need to go to your charge nurse, your manager, and then up to your director of nurses, so that you don't just flat go into the managers and the director of nurses and start whatever. Go up your chain of command because they're going to relay that as quick as they can. So connect with your patient. Eye contact, tell them who you are, what you're doing. Write your name on the board. Don't tower over the patients. If you can get down to their eye level, sit in a chair and look at them if they're in bed. This towering over makes them feel uncomfortable. Be kind, be patient, make them feel safe. If you have issue with something, listen. Tell them that you will help solve it, follow up on concern. Just listen, listen. Don't roll your eyes. Don't be looking at your watch. Just listen and see what you can do to help them. And get to know your patients. They're not just the lady in the room that has DM, HTM, CHF, AFib, and all these little numerous things. That's all the diagnosis is. We're not there, Mrs. Smith, and there's one. We have a lot of older folks now. One of them. I'm an Army brat. My dad was career Army, he was Baptist from Sweetwater, Texas. My mother was from New York City, Catholic. When Pearl Harbor happened, which many of you might not know what that was, but that's when the Japanese attacked our Navy fleet in Hawaii, years back in the 40s. My mother was an RN in New York. She joined Army the next day. My parents met in Louisiana. They were both officers, but my mom outranked my dad. So he always told everybody he was ordered to get married. So in our hospital, we honor all the veterans that come because, and not just the veterans, but get to know your other people because these are people that have lived great lives, judges, teachers, whatever, even if they've worked in the refinery all the years, no matter what job they've had, they've been productive, and they need to be more than just that patient in the room. They have things now that they can't cope with, and they need your help. I wanted to share something that was on Facebook, so I just want to read that to you. This is from a nurse. I'll tell you what her name is in a minute. But a few days ago, she said someone in nursing told me they just never say just a nurse. And they would 100% go on and get their nurse practice degree. She got in her car and she saw this picture. I used to have the mentality in the picture on the left. I was excited, finishing school, ready to take on the world of nursing. I was a bit prideful. If anyone asked me what my plans were, I was quick to tell them I wasn't going to be just a nurse. Now I'm here, I'm almost 2 years later, and I think I'm starting to understand what it means to be just a nurse. I don't ever sleep. Hair and makeup being fixed is a thing of the past. I'm up all night, which your situation doesn't have to be that way. While everyone else is sleeping, I'm gone 3 out of 7 nights from home. I'm not allowed to get my nails done. And okay, maybe those are all things that are considered being adult. But being adult, this little girl on the left wasn't ready for it. Life hit me like a ton of bricks. However, I've learned some valuable things about life and nursing in the past 2 years as well. I am not too big to take care of you, no matter what your background is. I will not judge you for what you did when you were pregnant. I will care for you and love you like Jesus does. I am not above cleaning up your blood that gravity so lovingly pulls to the floor the first time you stand up after delivery. If you can't sleep, I'll talk with you as long as you can, even if it's midnight and I haven't charted a thing yet. I will cry when the baby gets taken to the nursery. And you won't know what's going on, but the pain seems too much to bear. I'll call the doctor at 3:30, although I've already called him 2 times already. I will be your hairstylist, your waitress, your babysitter, your janitor, your advocate, and your best friend if you let me. So I am still a baby nurse. I learn new things every day. I may get my nurse practitioner one day, but who knows? I just know for sure that it's pretty great being just a nurse. So that was kind of powerful. I wanted to talk to you about one more thing, and then I'll be quiet. I want to talk to you about the Daisy Award. And this is about a patient in 1999 at age 33, Patrick Barnes, who woke up with blood blisters in his mouth. He survived Hodgkin's disease twice. He was admitted and diagnosed with autoimmune disease. Pat and his wife had their first child 2 months before he became sick. He was in the hospital 8 weeks before he died. But his family said during those 8 weeks, they experienced the best nursing that they ever had. He had a complex medical situation, the fast thinking nurses who saved his life more than once. He had nursing excellence that took years to hone to be the best of the profession. But frankly, we rather expected Pat to have great clinical care. That was why he was in the hospital. What we did not expect was the way those nurses delivered that care. The kindness and compassion they gave Pat and our family every day. We were awed by the way the nurses touched him, spoke with him, even when he was on a ventilator fully sedated. They informed us and educated us, eased our minds. They truly helped through the darkest hours of our lives with soft voices of hope and strong, loving support that to this day we still feel. So they wanted to know what they could do in time for that. So they came up with the Daisy Award. And Daisy basically standing for diseases attacking the immune system. They've got a nonprofit together. And they created the Daisy Award for extraordinary nurses and piloted the program at Seattle Hospital where he was cared for. They wanted to ensure that nurses know deservingly they are our society's profound respect for the education, training, brainpower, and skill that they put into their work, and especially for the caring with which they deliver that care. At the time of the program, we would not anticipate the Daisy Award would come to be regarded as a strategic tool for nursing recruitment and retention, which would be adopted by healthcare facilities all over the world. When I was 63, I'd been out of bedside nursing for many years, and I decided to go back. So I'm sure they were all like, oh, great, we have this administration person over here, you know, I think she knows everything and whatever, but it wasn't like that. And I survived. And one of the highlights of that was I got a Daisy Award. Don't know why, don't know what patient, but my boss said, when I knew her name, that she was going to be on that shift, I just said, everything was going to be okay. So, go out and be that nurse. People are watching, and they'll be watching what you do. Not to be on your back, but just see the things that you do to make a difference. And that's what my challenge for you today is go make that difference. Okay? Thank you very much.
Hey, Ms. Hyman. I'd like to take just a moment to recognize dedicated faculty. Over the past 2 years, we've had to shift our instruction completely online. In some instances, we tried to maintain the classroom, nursing labs, clinical settings to ensure all of you made it here today. It wasn't easy. This transition from what some of the faculty knew, what they did for years in some cases, was turned upside down, just like all of your lives were. But we want to appreciate them, and we all owe them a great debt of gratitude for what they did in working through this time to get you that education that you so much deserve. So thank you, faculty. At this time, I'd like to call to the podium Coastal Bend College's Provost, Dr. Patricia Rehak.
Many of our graduates are wearing stoles and cords today to represent their accomplishments and memberships in various honor societies and student groups. Students wearing red, white, and blue stoles are veterans of the United States Armed Forces Division. Coastal Bend College wants to offer special recognition to show the college's respect, appreciation, and gratitude for our veteran students' service to our country. If you are a veteran, would you please stand? If you're a veteran in the audience, please stand. Students wearing gold stoles and tassels are members of the Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society, which recognizes academic excellence. Will all the Phi Theta Kappa members please stand and be recognized? And finally, we have our honors graduates. CBC awards the distinctions of honors, high honors, or highest honors to students receiving associate degrees that have earned cumulative grade point averages of 3.5 or higher. Will all of our students graduate with honors? Please stand. At this time, I ask that all the graduates please rise and remain standing. Dr. Hauger and CBC Board of Trustees, on behalf of the CBC faculty, it is now my honor to certify the candidates for certificates and degrees.
I confer upon each of these graduates the respective certificate and degree for which you have been recommended upon successful completion of all requirements, and I offer you my sincere congratulations. In just a moment, we'll begin our pinning process and receive the diploma and the lamp. In the meantime, please recognize that we'll be taking pictures, and our marketing staff will have those available this afternoon. At this time, I'd like for you to take your seat, and I would like to bring to the podium Dean Hernandez to talk to you about the significance of the nursing ceremony.
Florence Nightingale has received a Red Cross from St. George in recognition for her tireless services. She established the first nursing school in 1860 and shared the honor of her recognition by presenting the graduates with nursing school with a Medal of Excellence. We continue this tradition today with nursing faculty pinning their graduates to recognize their hard work and dedication. Students, please, first row, stand.
Alexis K. Alanis. Kimberly Renee Ardoin. Abigail Becerra. Romando Canales II. Cassandra Bernay Cantu. Samantha Christine Clayton. College honors. Chelsea Leanne Dirksen, highest honors. Ivan Amado Elizondo. Nancy Figueroa. Juan Francisco Garcia. Crystal Marie Garcia. Jolissa Erica Garcia. Yvonne Garcia. Jennifer Renee Garza, high honors. Trisha Nicole Garza. Celeste Lamar Gaza. Dora Evelyn Garza, highest honors. Roxanne Gonzalez, honors PTK. Nita Gonzalez Diaz, PTK, highest honors. Ileana Giselle Guerra, highest honors PTK. Bernice Huerta, highest honors. Heather Nicole Hughes. Stacy Deanne Lynn's Ross. Jennifer Marie Lopez. Lady Marie Lopez Brown. Roxanne Lopez Solis. Annette Martinez, highest honors. Yesenia Antoinette Moreno, high honors. Perla Z. Morin. Jorge Luis Ochoa, honors. Santiago Padron. Callie Nicole Pena, PTK. Lisa Marie Pena. Diana Bozos, highest honors. Marisa Liana Quintanilla, high honors. Claudia B. Rendon. Tiffany Nicole Ruby, honors PTK. Grace Arden Riley. Brittany Marie Rodriguez, honors. Kayla Renee Ruiz. Leticia Salinas. Kimberly Gale Sheets. Crystal Rose Snyder, honors. Serena Lamar Solano. Clarissa Ann Solis. Joanne Solis, honors. Marie Thornton, PTK, highest honor. Sarah Marie Wild, honors. Haley Breanne Batiste. Carla Ann Elizondo. Alexia Marie Garcia. Alexa Ariel Gonzalez. Tiffany Nicole Gonzalez. Francesca Marie Rodriguez. Alexis Lorraine Hurtado. Aisa Gonzalez Chapa. Angelica Chapa. Kelsey Christine Escamilla. Lakeisha Franklin. Alyssa Marie Olivares. Victor Omotandi. Canuto Ortiz. Kimberly Inez Perez. Marisa Renee Fuentes. Melissa Erica Salinas. Elizabeth Ann Sellers. Brittany Tawilla Smith. Amanda Lee Benavidez. Rebecca Gracia. Ashley Marie Ibarra. Michelle Lazo. Monica Eliza Lopez. Amanda Munguia. Monica Munguia. Gabrielle Sky Taylor. Catherine Lynn Torres. Donna Lynn Alanis. Yadira Giselle Arellano. Yamile Arellano. Brianna Dolores Iglesias. Andrea Renee Haka. Marisela Martinez. Elsa H. Villarreal.
As we approach the final portion of today's commencement ceremony, I would like to thank the college staff that planned and executed the commencement ceremonies today. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Nurses, you didn't get here by yourself, right? Probably have somebody out there very special to you that helped you. Why don't you turn around and give them a round of applause. Think of today as a new beginning for each and every one of you, and always remember that Coastal Bend is here for you. You are now officially alumni of CBC and part of the tight-knit family and network that will support your endeavors every step of the way. Congratulations, nursing class of 2022. Dean Hernandez, would you please come to the podium, please?
Florence Nightingale cared for her patients at night, carrying a lamp to light her way, and became known as the Lady with the Lamp. Instructors light their lamps and pass the flame to graduates from the program, signifying the knowledge that has been transferred. Students, please rise and face the audience. Faculty, come up. Join me in reciting the Nightingale Pledge. I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous and will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drugs. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession and will hold in confidence all personal matters pertaining to my keeping, and all family affairs coming to my knowledge and the practice of my calling. With loyalty, I will endeavor to aid the physician in his works and devote myself to the welfare of those committed in my care. You may extinguish your lamp. Graduates, extinguish your lamp. Please face towards the stage.
Part's been waiting for, right? Yep. Take the tassel, go from here to over here. It's official. Thank you all for coming today. We know that for every student to get through to their goals, we know it takes family support, and we appreciate each and every one of you and everything that you do to help our students get to this final stage here with us at CBC. On behalf of all of the faculty, staff, and our board of trustees who provide us great leadership, we wish you well in your future endeavors. And as always,
success happens here.
it just does it so much better. Ladies and gentlemen in the bleachers, please, if you'll remain seated while the processional comes off the stage, followed by the students, and then we will have a reception line out here for you all. Thank you very much. This concludes our ceremony.